The 2023 PFL playoffs are here, and my next guest is one fight removed from contending for the light heavyweight title. He joins me now, Killcliff FC's light heavyweight, Impa Kasanganay. Mr. Kasanganay, welcome to my show. It's an honor to have you. And
Thank you.
I like that Landry Ward hat. Landry's a friend of the show.
Shout out to my bro. And he fought a great fight on the LFA card, and man, he fought a dog fight, and he proved that he's ready for the next level. So, whoever's watching PFL, UFC, anybody, sign my dog, man. He's coming up. Whether there's one more fight or this next one, I know he's got great coaches and people around him. He'll be ready.
Pearls of wisdom you shared with them was you don't have to worry about like displaying all of your talents. You don't have to show your full range of what it is that you can do. If you find something and it works and you're able to get the result, that's one of the things that you should be looking for. And he mentioned that when I talked to him
Oh man,
about you a little while back.
my guy. That's how I love him. He's a good guy. He's a really good guy. It's an honor.
One of the things when I think about you, I think you kind of buck a trend. There are a lot of folks that come from the UFC veterans that come over into the PFL, and they're met with maybe not the results that they had hoped when they joined the promotion. And you
Mhm.
defy that trend. You've joined the PFL and you've achieved a ton of success. And I wanted to ask you from your start with the Challenger Series to recent, what has been instrumental about all of the success that you've gained because your fellow UFC veterans seem to struggle and you're not. You're thriving and you've never looked better.
I appreciate you. My first, I have to give my credit to like my Lord and Savior. Like I'm a Christian. It's my faith. I'm not a perfect person. Everybody has their struggles, but my faith always, I always believe that I'm called to do more. Right. The UFC wasn't my stop. It was part of the journey, and I'm grateful for that time. And I learned a lot from there, and I took those lessons. I think a lot of guys came from the UFC expecting things to be handed to them, or they expected that their UFC credentials are the things that can carry them forward. But if you're fighting another man, they don't care. I don't care if you came from the UFC. I don't care if you're a boxing champion, wrestling champion. Like what are we gonna do today, right? And I don't live off my past success. Like today I gotta earn it. Blue collar work ethic, right? Like get out there, chop the wood, keep moving forward, and go claim these victories. And for me, it's like I appreciate PFL. Even going back in the Challenger Series, probably could have signed with PFL right away. Like based on credentials. It was also awesome too. Like I've been there before in the Contender Series, fought there twice in the Contender Series in the UFC, and now being part of PFL, it's cool because like I want to earn it, and I love to fight, so I got extra fight this year. So I'll have 5 fights this year. The Challenger, the 4 showcase, last one, this one, and I know I'm called to be champion, right? And I'm called to do great things with this platform that I'm on, and that's the focus. So it was never about being like just go collect a check or just go there to get money. Like the money comes, that's not what defines me. For me, it's like I want to make a stamp, make a statement and give God the glory, and that's been about it. So if you ask me like what's helped me carry over, it's like I was never done. It was a step on the way, and
Like Delano Taylor last year, he started his PFL journey with the Challenger Series, and then, of course, he ends up fighting in a title fight against Sadabusi. That parallel, though, because that's a lot of fights. Like when you're fighting in the Challenger Series up to this point, has it
mm,
seemed like just like one giant fight camp for you of sorts?
no, I train year round every year, even when I don't have a fight, and I spar the same amount as if I have a fight. Even more, really. So for me, it's like when I first had my pro career, I had 6 fights within about like 5 months. So I had 2 fights in 1 month, one fight the month before that. The only time I was at February off, but I stay active. Like for me, it's I prefer. Like I wish the PFL had more fights in the season. Like I wish we had like it'd be cool to have I don't know 8 fights. Yeah, it'd be cool. Like that's what I like. 8 fights total in a year. Like regular season and playoffs, however you could set it up. I love to fight. So for me, it's like this is where I want to be. This is my lifestyle. This is my life. This is who like where I'm on the path I'm on. So it's like I'm on that war path. It's like my war path. So I gotta know like I'm committed to it. I don't know. Like after go get this title. Like obviously August 4th, go claim that victory. Then we get the title. Like I'm gonna be asking like, let's fight again. Like is there something I could do like between the end of the year and next season or I don't even want to think about it and get sad. I want to be active. So I have to like keep myself, active rather than waiting almost what is it, December-ish, end of November, all
Right.
the way until the springtime. To me, that's that's some time without a fight. So maybe if someone wants to do like a meet me up and spar and put some money down, we can do that too.
The general theme with you is you say over and over again like how blessed you are to be in the PFL, how much fun that you're having. And I
Yeah.
wanted to like pick at that a little bit. Like what makes fighting for the organization so fun to you?
Uh,
Sometimes you'll see other guys fight with other promotions and you know, without being said, just kind of like observing it, it kind of seems like they default into it's just a job mode and they're just kind of there. But you genuinely seem to love it. And what's so enjoyable about being part of this promotion?
there are many aspects. It's really the staff though. I mean, like you have Ray Seth was awesome. Eduardo, Bree, Gabby, she sets up all these interviews. Tawny, she does a lot of the media. The whole like journalism teams are awesome. Like even, maybe another journalist outlet, Amy Kaplan, like all the people, like I get to meet you. Like I'm blessed that I get to do this. I started training when I was 24 years old. I'm 29 now. Like, and I'm full of joy. It's like I love to fight, and I thank God he's called me here. Like, how cool is it? Like, I travel the world, I fight, and I get to see places. PFL, I don't have to ask for a fight. If the person I'm going to fight can't fight, they're going to get an alternate. I like the fact that I get to earn my way up. It's not much of a popularity contest, which is like, it's kind of, it benefits some people. Like, some people are just like great. They invest in their social media, they invest in the way they act and the way they carry themselves. So, like, they get like a lot of hits. But, for me, it's like I'm a guy, like, being the famous fighter is not important. Being the most popular, like I'm grateful people support me, and I'm grateful they like the way I fight and the way I have fun. So it's like everything about the PFL is often so accommodating. They help my coaches, they help my team. I should take care of other people. Like, I got flown out to go do a deal with Century Martial Arts, like, and they had me, go out there and do a photo shoot. Like, maybe I was in the UFC, that wouldn't have been happening by this point. Maybe it would be. Like, I don't know, but God's plan, God really blessed me. I'm just like, I'm walking in answering prayers and I'm walking in living in my purpose. So it's like, there's so many things about PFL that are fun. Like my family does. I love the tournament style. I love the season. I love that like I know what I'm fighting. I know.
I felt that your tenure with the UFC. I'm of the belief, this is me speaking, not you, that it may have ended maybe a little prematurely. But for you to get this opportunity, for you to get a chance to showcase and remind everyone what it is that you're capable of doing, and then obtain the success that you have obtained against some very difficult opposition, I think that's a great story, and I think I think it'll be really cool to see you go on and advance and potentially get a title here pretty soon. And what better way to do that? Like you're really going to have to earn your way because you're going up against a really difficult opponent here in a few weeks' time, Marthin Hamlet. And I was hoping we could talk a little bit about him. He's a very formidable person. He has a 6-3 record with the PFL thus far in his career. What makes him such a talented fighter in your mind?
He's good coaches. He's put the work in. Like he's disciplined in certain areas. He has ways that he's built his strengths. And I like that he comes to fight. He'll take the risk here and there. He's a respectful guy. So I think that's what's carried him forward. August 4th, I'm gonna claim my victory. It doesn't take away from the fighter that he is. I'm here to honor God and do my job. We'll dominate, claim this victory, move forward. I still say that Marlon Hamlet's one of the
Well, on August 4th, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you tune in to ESPN to watch that contest. And but I'd like to give you the final word. If there's anyone out there that you'd like to thank, I'd like for you to have that opportunity before I let you go this afternoon.
yeah, for sure. Thank God, I'm grateful to be on here. It's an honor to be on your podcast. I really appreciate the invitation and getting to talk about my life and what I love to do. Thank you to Kill Cliff, DK Fitness, all my coaches. Um, thank you for my family and people that support me. Shout out to and man, I'm looking forward to what's next. Thank you, PFL.